I focused much on grammar.
Mm.
Uh, Whatever I know about the English language, everything I learned through watching videos on YouTube describe how my life was. So whenever I used to cook, I play I used to play the videos on YouTube, which I had already watched. So I didn't have to focus much.
Mm.
It was like revising.
Right? But you started from a Tamil medium background, right? So your schooling
Yes.
was in Tamil medium. So what was the hardest part of learning English? Okay.
And now I'm in a platform called AngloLink. You may have heard of it. I don't know. It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
The YouTuber is from London. So she runs an academy, and the learners are from across the world.
True. And you were
Okay.
also a beginner at one stage of your life, right? So, what is the most common mistakes you see beginners making? How are you? How's life?
Yeah, I'm doing great. And I'm so delighted to see your growth and your background, and you especially. Everything is too great to see.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on your growth.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, how is your content creation? So, last time we spoke, you shared your English learning journey. Okay. As you just mentioned, it's been 2 years since we spoke, and after that, a lot of people have joined me. So, and I don't think you're having sessions regularly with other YouTubers as well.
No,
So,
yeah.
okay. So, many people might be wondering who you are. So, please give me your introduction.
Yes, as you know, as some people know, I'm Mrs. Kamachi Hariharan. I'm basically a homemaker, 24/7 mother of two children. I have a daughter and a son. I have a 12-year-old daughter and 10-year-old son. And apart
Mhm.
from that, I run a YouTube channel as well. Some people know that my channel is Kamakshi's Easy Learning. I I make two types of content. One is about how-to guides, which is related to some basic technical stuff like how to pay online EB bill and GPay related
Mm.
uh, stuff, and the other one is related to English learning. Other than that, I'm a passionate learner. So I spend most of my time on learning English. So my most of my time is dedicated to my learning. And that's all about me.
Mm.
So
So,
other
how are
than
you
that,
keeping in? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please
carry on.
complete.
Other than that, I'm a movie buff. So that's my pastime. I recharge my batteries by watching a lot of movies.
Okay.
Okay, please
So,
carry on.
which is the latest movie that you watched? And do you watch in other languages
Late.
as well, or basically Tamil?
Yes, yes, no. I don't watch English movies. I feel a bit ashamed being an English learner. I don't watch any English movies, but I watch all Indian movies. And I use that as one of the ways to improve my English as well, because I always turn on the subtitle to understand the movie, the dialogues. Uh, Using that subtitles, I can at least learn one or two words from watching a movie. So apart from relaxing, apart from entertaining myself, I am able to learn at least 2 to 3 words from a movie. So I am able to kill two birds with one stone. That's a kind of cheat cheating way.
Of course, you are reading the subtitles and you're improve. I mean, you're having a reading practice and a kind of shadowing practice, like slow shadowing practice also. But what other than that, what are you doing these days to stay in touch with the language? I think like homemakers like us, we do not get a lot of opportunities. Other than my work, outside of my work, even I don't have any environment of English. Nobody talks in English at my home. I have to try and talk English with my children. But other than that, I watch a lot of English content. I love watching English movies. And I obviously create content, so I do some reading as well. So that is how I am doing it. So tell me what you are doing in order to stay in touch with the language.
Like any other learner, I watch content in English. I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and that's how I learned English. After I got access to mobile internet, I started my learning. And especially, I started my YouTube channel, and that's when I started my English learning as well. So I focused much on grammar.
Mm,
Whatever I know about the English language, everything I learned through watching videos on YouTube. So I always make sure that I watch one or two videos every single day. I don't skip it. No matter what, I watch one or two videos on a regular basis,
mm,
and it's like I don't say it's a passive learning. I make sure my full focus is on that. And nowadays, my routine is it's not that the same routine as other homemakers.
mm-hmm,
So I don't want to compare it with others, but I used to have the same routine as others. So I want to describe how my life was. So whenever I used to cook, I play. I used to play the videos on YouTube, which I had already watched. So I didn't have to focus much.
mm,
It was like revising
mm,
the videos. I wanted to make sure that concept had ensure like replaying
ingrained.
those videos to register those aspects in my mind. So it's kind of revision.
Yes.
So I wanted to make sure that, and whenever I used to doing the dishes or folding the clothes or chopping the vegetables, I watched the videos which I didn't watch before, which I
Mm,
hadn't watched before. So that's how my routine used to be. And that's how I managed to spend time for my learning. And my routine didn't affect in any way. I could do my responsibilities properly, and I could spend enough time for my learning as well.
mm,
And other than that, if my learning needed full focus, I I dedicate that aspects to my late night. After I put my kids to bed, I took the aspects, whether it's about taking notes or watching any videos or reading any articles. I used to do that at night or
mm,
even during the day uh, if I had enough time.
mm,
I used to do that during the day when my kids were away for them for their school. So that was my routine.
mhm,
And nowadays it's a little bit different because my health reasons.
mhm,
So this is how I manage being a homemaker. But apart from that, I I want to make sure that nothing will affect my learning.
yes.
Nothing should affect my learning in any way.
Mhm.
So
That's true. You're very passionate and dedicated for your English learning journey. That's right. But you started from a Tamil medium background, right? So your schooling
yes.
was in Tamil medium. So what was the hardest part of learning English in the beginning, in your early days?
Actually, during my school days, it was very tough. Whenever I had a doubt, I had no one to reach out. If I had a doubt, the only option I had with me is the dictionary. Other than
Yes.
that, I had
Mm,
nothing, nobody.
yeah.
So if that too, only uh, I got to know the spellings, I could learn the meaning. Otherwise, I didn't have the option either. So
Yes.
other than that, I didn't have any opportunities to improve my learning in any way.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the hurdles and struggles I had in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I had the passion towards English, I was very passionate about become a proficient or a fluent English learner. I didn't have any opportunities. I always thought I couldn't even get any opportunities. Okay, since I came from a humble background, I am studying in a Tamil medium school. I'm not able to get any kind of such opportunities or that. So this was my mindset
Mm-hmm.
those days. So only after I got to access mobile internet, uh, everything has changed. Had I not had I not got this mobile internet, Google,
Yes.
YouTube,
Yes.
I wouldn't uh, I wouldn't even got this many opportunities. I wouldn't even been able to talk to you either. So I'm really grateful for this internet.
And
Uh,
so am I. So am I, because it has given me a second chance at career. Not only me,
yeah,
not only
yeah.
us, but a lot of other women. It is not only about achieving something or working towards a career, but it is also learning something. You want to improve your skills, you want to learn anything. The other day we were discussing that, we don't need schools these days. You don't even need to have a brain. You ask AI and it will tell you everything. So it is kind of
If we're
ridiculous.
ready, yeah, if we are ready and open to learn anything, we have we have the opportunity in our hands. So
Yes.
it's just about how passionate we are, or how if we are ready or not. That's the only thing.
That is the only
So
thing. That's right.
nothing is the barrier.
Now you just told that your routine involves active learning, because you also revise, because many people they play the video when they are doing their household chores. Like you specifically mentioned, I used to play the videos which I've already heard, so that it will be a revision for you, right? So you do all of that. But when it comes to your speaking practice, are you talking to people?
Not regularly, but I do that as well. Because I don't know if you know that I took some sessions from Englishary platform,
Mm-hmm.
and which I have been uploading on my channel. I had some sessions from Englishary, almost 70 plus sessions, but
Oh.
it was a year it was a year ago. So it's not like continuously I'm talking with some people. It's kind of I have some speaking practice, and I take some break.
Mm.
Then I don't talk to anyone in English. Then I get a chance. So it's kind of uh, restarting my journey often
Yes.
again and again. So it's the way my life is, my routine is. So I always want to restart my journey, be it my YouTube or be it my learning. I
Hmm.
always, I always restart my journey, no matter how many times it requires, how many times mm, I don't want to quit
Yes, you keep
because
restarting again and again.
yeah, because nothing nothing is uh, the way I plan. Nothing is going the way I plan. So I always feel down
Hmm.
when things don't go in the way I wish or I plan. As other human beings, I always feel down. But the minimum difference I want to bring in my life is I want to restart. I want to give my best at
Hmm.
that at that phase. Even though it's hard to me, I just want to
Yes.
bring out my best in that phase. So that thing, and other than that, I always make sure if any learner is interested in talking with me, I want to make. use of that opportunity.
Okay.
And now I'm in a platform called AngloLink. You may have heard of it. I don't know. It's a YouTube channel.
Okay.
The YouTuber is from London. So she runs an academy, and the learners are from across the world. So I have a weekly session from the learners. They are from different countries. So the only language uh, for for us to communicate, the
Mm.
lingua franca is of course English. So I can get to know their countries, their cultures. So apart from learning the language, I'm able to get to know their everything, their way
Mm.
of living, the difficulties in their language journey,
Okay.
everything. So I can experience everything. English is helping me in the way I am as a personality. So it's shaping me as a person, as a personality. So
Mm.
I'm doing something or the other to improve my language.
Yes. And you don't do it frequently, right? Maybe weekly once you connect with learners is what you told.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
And
is it paid?
also yes, and also it's been for 6 months, I think.
That's amazing. But see, if I had taken a break like for 1 week or something, and then I restart my sessions, maybe I'm traveling and I'm not able to have sessions. When I come back and start a session after a lot of time, I find myself fumbling. I don't know, like, yeah, I know good English, but that said, it's like the practice of speaking continuously. You sometimes feel stuck, you sometimes fumble when you speak, when you're out of practice of speaking in English, because this doesn't happen day to day life. Yes, I talk to my children, but that's just basic, and it is not online or it is not a session, it's nothing like that, right? So that is okay. But when you sit here specifically for English and you talk fluently on a stretch, I find myself in the beginning 5 minutes or something, it takes time for me to settle down. I find myself
Okay.
fumbling. So does that happen to you? Because I think in this session you are getting a little bit stuck, right? Maybe last time when we
Yeah, yeah,
spoke you were way more fluent, but now I feel that you are
yeah.
searching
Because
for thoughts.
not searching for thoughts,
Not searching for thoughts, but
it's
getting stuck using like fillers
yeah,
or
yeah. Because
searching. Yeah.
yeah, because it's everything is we have to be in touch with
Yeah.
that thing, even cooking, everything.
Yes.
We lose the touch if we don't do that in a regular manner. Yes, right. So
Mm.
that's where I lack as well.
Yes.
But I can't take the responsibility for that.
Mm.
All I can do that is I can just put in my effort. I can make sure that I don't get away from the track as
Mm.
much as possible. I want to uh, get in that track. So that's what I, all that's what the only thing I can do for my learning journey.
Yes.
And as I already mentioned, the weekly session is the
Mm.
only thing I can do in this space. Because recently, for more than 1 year, I have migraines. My neurologist told not to watch anything on screen
Oh.
because it triggers my migraine.
Mm.
I have injected Botox injections, almost 38 injection on my scalp.
Oh.
So watching screen is the only way for my YouTube on for my
Yes.
learning. But
Yes.
I was instructed not to watch anything on mobile or laptop. So when I was restricted from that thing, I don't know what else I can do for my learning and for my YouTube. But I want to do anything for that, no matter
Mm.
what comes in my way. So as I already mentioned, I want to make sure no matter what, I want to move forward
Hmm.
in my pace. I don't want to compare with anyone else because when
Yes.
I when I see anyone else, it makes me feel very down. I I I I I can't even come. I can't even uplift my spirits. So that's the only way. And even for other women who face so much struggles in their
Hmm.
lives, I
Hmm.
just want to pass this message. If you don't have any time for your learning, please don't compare yourself with anyone else because it's your journey, it's your life. Whatever you can do,
Yes.
just make sure you can do your best. Other than that, we can't do anything else.
That's
So,
really amazing to make peace with the challenges life keeps throwing at you. Accept it. That's the very difficult part. Till date, I find it very difficult to come with peace with, oh, I could have had better career opportunities provided I put my, I tried. Okay, so you always have that guilt or that regret. So it is so difficult to make peace with the challenges that life gives you. And you are
but
doing it
it's
very sometimes helps by looking at people who are not doing as great as you in your life, right? People have even more difficult challenges in life. It's
yes,
really
yes.
difficult for
Yeah,
them. So
yeah,
when you look at them, you feel like it's okay, life is not that
yeah,
bad for
yeah,
you. So that's how you convince
yeah.
yourself.
We should be grateful for things
We
we
should.
have.
We
Yeah,
should
yeah,
count our blessings all the way. Honestly speaking,
yeah,
I sometimes I feel like we are truly blessed to have a good family, to have proper life. You know, not everybody has this luxury. You're like your life may be dream for someone else. So I have many examples
yeah.
around me who are like that.
I always think of that. Even in one of our Tamil movie songs, it is mentioned that. So I always reminded of those lines. I
Hmm.
always reminded of those lines. I always think of those lines to keep myself to be in a positive way. Okay, many people, even in this situation, the war fields and
Yes. Oh my
those
goodness.
countries. So we have to feel grateful for such things
Yes.
we have in our lives. This peace. So we should be positive
Yes.
in any way.
True. And you were
Okay.
also a beginner at one stage of your life, right? So, what is the most common mistakes you see beginners making? Have you come across beginners who are learning
Beginner,
the
yeah,
language? Yep.
yeah. Especially not only beginners, in
Mm-hmm.
my opinion, every learner has the mindset. They want to learn this language in a short span. They don't have the patience, and that's the reason why the videos have the thumbnail, Fluent English in 30 days,
Yes.
have get millions of views. So I don't think it's practically possible because learning a language needs a lot of time, a lot of patience. We should be ready for that. We should accept the fact that learning a language needs a lot of time because it's a lot, in my opinion, it's a lifelong, never-ending journey.
Yes.
We can just realize, okay, we are improving. We have come step two, step three, level two, level three. That's what we can just
Yes.
realize. Other than that, we should expect for one day I should be an advanced learner. So we shouldn't. It's like they are craving they are craving for instant gratification, which is never going to happen. So that's
Hmm.
the one thing. And the other thing is, I've observed is every learner wants to compare everything to the mother tongue, like
Mm.
translating everything to
Translation.
the mother tongue and comparing every aspect to the mother tongue, which is quite impossible. For me, it it kind of hampers their learning, in fact, because every language is unique in their own way.
Hmm.
Um, so maybe it has some similarities. Other than that, every language is unique in its own way. We have
Right.
to accept that fact as well.
Hmm.
So at the beginning, okay, it helps.
Yes.
Translation, of course, it helps. But after some point, we should get rid of that. We should be open. Okay, we have to observe. We have to observe that language aspect as they are.
Hmm.
Only then can we understand the language. Can we admire the beauty of the language as it is? So these are the two main aspects uh, I observe,
Hmm.
not only from the beginners, but of course
All the
all the
learners.
learners. Uh, these are the difficulties and struggles why they can't learn the language. They can't go to the other levels, next levels,
Yes.
because they stuck with their language. They are not ready to accept English as English.
Yes. And many people think it is too late. What am I going to do now learning English? Especially homemakers, right? They think like it's too late. What will I do now? Will I be able to learn now? So, what do you think about that?
And I don't know if people accept my my thought about this thing, because in my opinion, of course, age is just a number, and other than that, we should let our ego aside, because when we are ready to when we want to learn a language or anything, we want to learn something new, we shouldn't think of our age, because
Hmm.
for that particular aspect, we are beginner, no matter how old we are.
Yes.
For that aspect, if it's a language or if it's any skill, we are a beginner for that particular aspect. So we shouldn't think of our age. It's like we are pre-KG or LKG students
Hmm.
for that thing. Other than that, if we focus on the thing, what if we are humiliated, or what if people
Yes.
make fun of us or insult us? We can't succeed in anything. So we must focus on our achievement. We must focus on our the day. Uh, I speak English as fluently as possible. I speak English as flawlessly as possible. When I dream of that thing, it
Hmm.
gives me that positivity. So
Yes.
I have to focus on that day. I have to focus on that thing. That's how I always think. So
Hmm.
this is what I want to recommend every other learner.
Yes.
As I already mentioned, people would accept this or not,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
this is the only thing we could do. If I think of a wage, we could never learn it.
True. Different people have different perspectives, but I agree with your perspective. So that is really true. So now that you're fluent in English, not now, like it's been last time when I spoke, also you were speaking very good and you're pretty fluent. So what do you think of yourself after learning the language? Has anything changed? Maybe people's behavior towards you or your behavior, I mean, the way you treat yourself or anything in your life has changed after learning English because of English?
Yes, yes, sir. As I already mentioned, English has shaped me as a person
Personality.
altogether.
Okay.
But I haven't experienced any changes the way people treat me. I haven't experienced any changes like that.
Okay.
But English has opened many doors for me
Mm.
personally,
Mm.
because, as you know, I didn't even complete my education. I'm a college dropout, so I ended up being a homemaker. Just doing my household chores was my only thing, only life. So
Mm.
after learning English, I had some purpose in my life other than doing the household chores. I could have some purpose. Whenever learners reach out to me asking for a doubt
Hmm.
or needing some clarity about any specific topic, it gives me a sense of responsibility, and it gives me um, some way of happiness, satisfaction. Okay, I'm doing something in my life which
Hmm.
benefits others as well. So I'm leading a meaningful life. It's not only for uh, my life. I'm not only gaining anything for my sake. I'm doing something for the others as well.
Others.
So it's kind of, I'm getting so much satisfaction after I started learning English. So, and as I told you, I am in a learning group where I can
Hmm.
talk to learners from across the world. So I can get to know the cultures and the way people live and the way people think
Yes.
and the differences and similarities from the people across the world. So it's kind of different experience which I never dreamt of.
Hmm.
So, so many doors have been opened through English for me. So I always feel grateful for that. I always feel um, humbled and grateful. As I already mentioned, in my diary, I
Mhm.
always feel uh, uh, what let me rephrase it. I'm blessed to have internet access. I'm blessed to
Hmm.
have these teachers, these learners around me. They give me a sense of purpose. So I always write it in my journal,
Hmm.
whether I write it or not.
That's right. Amazing. So we are running out of time. So any questions from your end before we wrap up? We just have 3 minutes remaining.
No, nothing questions particularly. But other than that, do you have anything to say to me?
To say to you, only thing is, I think you should start speaking in English quite often. Like if screen is bothering you, you can use audio calling apps. I know audio calling apps are kind of, they are boring. I have used them, and not everybody is genuine learners of the language. So now I think voice calls something you have to figure it out what works for you, because being in the practice of speaking is really important. I have noticed it in spite of having so much of experience, in spite of knowing a lot of good English. It is mandatory for me to keep speaking without having a lot of break. Maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks goes and I'm not talking. I feel difficult to get back on track. I feel it difficult to even schedule sessions. Like I keep postponing, or procrastinate it. It happens. Again, when the session starts, also I find myself fumbling or searching for thoughts. I have to prepare extra well prior to the session. So everybody faces challenges like that. So my only advice is find a way that you can practice speaking to other people, not to family members, because the kind of English and the topics that we talk to our family, it is not a kind of English speaking practice. So try to figure it out how you how you can talk to other people. But the only thing I would say is try to practice speaking more.
Thank you. Sure.
Okay,
By the
so
way, thanks again for this opportunity and thanks again.